Greetings, Grapple fans. Director of Fun Mike Quackenbush here with a special match this Free Match Monday from exactly 1 month ago today. Take a look as two well-seasoned graduates of the Wrestle Factory collide for the very first time. Rory Gulak takes on Hallowicked on this week's Podcast A Go-Go.
The ritualistic ceremony of Hallowicked only gets all the creepier as time goes on. You can be sure Rory Gulak is going to indulge in a no-nonsense approach when it comes down to the mat. In between bells, both these guys, though, are all business.
And his opponent.
People often overlook the fact that Rory Gulak began training with us back in 2005. He has got a ton of experience, even though the majority of it is outside of CHIKARA. He came home just earlier this year at the Infinite Gauntlet and won the Johnny Kidd Invitational. But boy, is Rory Gulak in for the challenge of his career.
Making his way to the ring from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the amazing Rory Gulak!
Rory Gulak is the younger brother of another Wrestle Factory graduate, Drew Gulak. You may see him these days over on 205 Live in the Cruiserweight division. Both of them outstanding amateur wrestlers, and you may know Rory is a celebrated collegiate wrestling coach. I believe we may have even mentioned once before, one of his current proteges went to nationals up in the Dakotas and did very, very well for himself during the summer months. The bell has sounded. Senior official Bryce Remsburg will be the third man in the ring for this one.
Yes, Rory, a very talented man in the ring and a great teacher here. He's about to lock up with one of our originals here in Hallowicked.
It's going to be interesting stylistically to see how these two combine in the ring. You can see a little bit of Rory's collegiate style here already, just in his posture and in the way he's trying to bait Hallowicked. And this is definitely not Hallowicked's strength. To get down on the mat and try and collegiate-style wrestle with Rory Gulak, I think there are very few wrestlers in the world right now that could take that challenge and come out on top.
Rory able to just take Hallowicked out of his game just by his posture. That's how well he knows what to do inside those ropes.
Well, he's going to stay very low to mat. He's going to keep his center of gravity low, and that's how he was able to heel pick a taller man that easily.
Offering a little bit of sportsmanship here. Hallowicked not sure about it.
No, and Hallowicked does not want to make a mistake because he's coming into this match with 2 points, Scott. If he gets past Rory Gulak and picks up that 3rd point, he could be next in line to challenge whoever leaves tooth and claw with the Grand Championship. Today in the main event, of course, Juan Francisco de Coronado set to defend against Mr. Touchdown, Mark Angelicetti. That match yet to come. We might discover a new challenger in this match. And Rory, right now, has got 0 points. You know he would love to pick up another one. It was lightning quick how fast he was able to pick up 3 points and challenge Juan Francisco de Coronado. They had a great match right here at the Wrestle Factory back at Chikarasaurus Rex.
A fantastic match. So much got robbed in that match, so he's on the path back to that Grand Championship, hopefully with his first victory.
Big smile on the face of Rory Gulak.
Rory, have some fun out there at the expense of Hallowicked. I'm not sure if Hallowicked's someone that you really want to upset.
I would certainly agree with that assessment.
Test of strength here.
Yep, they've interlaced the fingers, and I think Hallowicked's height will give him a little bit of an advantage, but not back in the corner.
Backs him away.
Well, he stole that arm and went right into a double wrist lock, did Hallowicked. Yeah, and you don't want to stay on your feet. Better to take him to the mat because Rory was able to counter right out of it, and he went right behind into a waist lock. It's now Rory trying to take Hallowicked down. He hasn't compensated for the height, though.
Rory so fast and knows all the escapes here. Wait, quick roll up.
Expose those shoulder blades.
And again, Rory just regaining control.
Simple waistlock takedown. I thought maybe he was going to try and shoot on top into an O'Connor roll, but that is not what Rory did. Once again, he wants that waistlock. He's going to continue to try and take Hallowicked down, but Hallowicked came over the top. He's gone all the way through past a half Nelson to the cravat.
Yeah, cutting off the oxygen there, but again, Rory knows those escapes.
Yeah, he really does know the counters, doesn't he? Went over top of the lock so that he could steal it. He's got the left wrist and going to break down behind the knee. That's one way to take out the height advantage, to neutralize the advantage that gives Hallowicked.
Stepping on the ankles there.
Oh, he's looking for that dragon sleeper, and Hallowicked is not going to linger.
Very wise to get out of that as quickly as possible.
Dangerous submission hold, to be sure. That dragon sleeper produces a tap out in a matter of seconds, and once it's fully applied and locked on, there is just nowhere to go.
Seems to me that Rory might have gotten a bit into the head of Hallowicked. He just can't seem to get his game plan started.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, Scott. Just watching that moment's hesitation from Hallowicked, this is not the Hallowicked we are used to seeing. And maybe the fact that this collegiate wrestling style that Rory is so very adept at is just enough to get Hallowicked off his game. But that's sometimes all it takes to make a difference in a match like this.
Rory likes these holds that like to wear down his opponents, and it seems like he's also wearing him down mentally just because he's not sure what to do next.
Yeah, it's got to be very frustrating. Not only will Rory outclass you down on the mat, but he does like to rub your face in it a little bit. He will pronounce that everything he does is amazing and does so most often to the approval of the fans here in his hometown. He's a Philly boy.
In pinning predicament.
Yeah, that was strange to see him reach across the body like that. That's an uncharacteristic mistake. Rory has found himself trapped in a head scissor as a result of it. I don't imagine that he's going to stay there for long.
And he saw Rory easily could have put his feet on the rope and broke the hold that way, but Rory, knowing those escapes, wanted a better position. He thought it would be more advantageous to go for that type of escape there.
And it's also sending a little bit of a message. I'm speaking here from my own firsthand experience. Early on in a match like this, you do not want to give your opponent the satisfaction of a rope break, because what it says is, I'm trapped, right? If I have to resort to this to get out of a hold, you're sort of putting one in the column of your opponent. And I know from my own personal preference, I would want to avoid a rope break as much as possible early on. And I think Rory is of that same mindset. Ooh, he just dumped Hallowicked to the floor.
Hallowicked quickly back in. Very simple trick.
Took him out behind the knee. Splash off the bottom rope by Rory.
A lot of impact there.
He's stringing them together.
Rory feeling it.
Whoop. He hesitated just 1 second, and that's all Hallowicked needed. Go to Sleepy Hollow has found the mark in the breadbasket of Rory Gulak, who's really paying for that moment's hesitation now.
Rory had a game plan. He was wearing down Hallowicked. As soon as he went for those high risks, everything seems to break down.
One of the slingshot himself into the ring, and as he did, Hallowicked just stood up and caught Rory. Belly to back suplex found the mark. Hallowicked's got him all covered up, shoulders exposed, Scott, but it was only good for 2.
Hallowicked put all of his weight across those shoulders, but still somehow Rory able to get out of that one.
It's going to take a little bit more to put a wrestler like Rory Gulak down for the count of 3. You are unlikely to find him sleeping on his back.
Now firing away.
Wow, some rock-solid knife-edge chops. Rory Gulak just chopping away at Hallowicked. Takes him all the way over from the head and neck.
Hallowicked, oh, I thought he was about to slide out for a break, but no.
Yeah, that long body of Hallowicked almost always puts him within proximity of the ropes, and that's one of the many challenges of wrestling somebody like Hallowicked. You can't see his facial expression, so he's got the perfect poker face, so to speak. Whoa, what a senton.
Into the cover. Just not enough.
No, I think he needed to cradle up the legs or do something else to kind of drive the weight up onto Rory's shoulders. You're going to need a really solid pinning combination to hold Rory down.
Oh, we got him all wrapped up now.
He's got a sleeper hold, a traditional sleeper here on Rory. This is a great wear down hold, and it's about as close to being on the throat as I think you can possibly get. Nobody's in a better position to call this one, though, than Bryce Remsburg.
Rory trying to will his way out of it, trying to get to his feet. And backed into that corner.
Drives the shoulder into the midsection, does Hallowicked, and creates enough distance to strike. He wants that. No. I thought it was going to be the corner kick.
Ooh.
Type of spine buster. And Rory here maybe trying to make a sharpshooter.
Rory trying to turn him around. Wait a minute.
No, he's going to drop it down into the Kamagatame. This is a standing variation of the Scorpion Deathlock.
a hands-free maneuver. Oh, and he's just inches away from the rope. Finally, he'd be able to reach out and grab it.
Great submission hold pioneered by Dos Caras, the legendary Mexican luchador, the brother of Mil Mascaras, and of course the father of Alberto Del Rio. Pioneered that hands-free scorpion deathlock variation. Hallowicked drags Rory down across the top strand.
Right across the throat.
He's really getting desperate to have to resort to tactics like this, Scott.
Well, Rory got into his head, and now Hallowicked, feeling desperate, is going to go for all those maneuvers.
Hallowicked's got to get Rory to play his game, because if it keeps going back down to the mat or allowing Rory to use his collegiate wrestling background, that's just not Hallowicked's strength.
But it looks like it's turned into a bit of a brawl now.
Open-handed strikes, those are legal blows, fans. He ran right into that side slam.
Saw his head bounce off the mat.
Hallowicked trying to press all of Rory down into the mat and hold him there for 3, but Bryce says only 2.
Yeah, I like the hand across the mouth and nose, also cutting off the airway in that pinning predicament.
Hallowicked's going to send Rory for the ride. No, it's a reversal in mid-ring. Hallowicked goes up and over. Rory with both boots creates just enough distance. But he better put his focus back on Hallowicked. Riding bomb in the center of the ring.
This could be it.
It's the second time that just a 1-second window allowed Hallowicked to turn the match back in his favor. We saw it earlier when Rory was out on the apron of the ring, and we just saw it again following that cartwheel. 1 second is all you need, and Hallowicked will steal this match from you.
Yeah, Rory's got to stay focused. He loves telling everyone how amazing he is, but just that momentary lapse really cost him.
And I think nothing would be more amazing than to pin one of the most decorated athletes in the 15-plus year history of CHIKARA in Hallowicked. Rory turns him around. One-footed dropkick caught him right in the center of the sternum. Boy, clotheslined him all the way over the top rope. What force!
Oh, it looks like he hit his head on the apron on the way down as well.
Well, you better look out, people in the front row. Rory Gulak slinging himself through the ropes, trying to get out there for a great head scissor on the floor.
Rory in control. He's got to get him back into the ring, though.
I don't know that I've ever seen that move before from Rory Gulak, and he's going deep into his playbook here. He'll have to if he wants to get past Hallowicked.
Rory going up high. Could we see something amazing?
Huge splash, all impact. He's got him, Scott. Only 2, says Bryce Remsburg off that terrific flying splash.
I don't know how Hallowicked was able to kick out of that, but there's just still life in him. Hallowicked knows how important this match is going in here with 2 points. He wants that 3rd point, but Rory putting up quite the fight here.
One of these 2 competitors will have to answer the standing 10 count of referee Bryce Remsburg if they want to avoid a no contest situation.
That would, of course, also cost Hallowicked his points.
You're exactly right about that. Any type of draw, no contest, double countout, double disqualification, both competitors lose all their points. Hallowicked would hate to lose his points like that. Rory's looking for the Dragon Sleeper. I don't think you could get it locked, though, from that angle.
He's still trying to hold it in.
Yeah,
Hallowicked doing anything to get Rory off his back.
Rory tenaciously hanging on to what he's already built. Oh, I thought he got crushed, but Rory still hung on somehow.
No, he's got it locked in deep. Hallowicked, he's trying to grab hold of that rope.
He's really struggling to find a way out of this. Yeah, Rory just hanging on for all he's worth. Took him over rough with a German suplex, and that was just power there. There was no leverage in that one.
Yeah, that could be it, but luckily for Hallowicked, he's falling into the ropes. Rory needs to get something going now. This is his moment.
Rory went really deep there. He had to just use raw strength to take over the taller and heavier Hallowicked. And that makes me wonder, what does he have left in the tank here? Both guys struggling to get back to their vertical base. Has Rory trained properly for the challenge of Hallowicked? We're going to find out here.
Rory now choosing the brawl with Hallowicked. I'm not sure if this is the best choice.
Well, Rory can throw with the best of them, but Hallowicked has a height advantage, and he's going to shut that down. Whatever was going on there, Hallowicked was no fan of it. Maybe he's going to try and suplex Rory into the corner as retribution for what happened a moment ago.
Get that arm wrapped up.
Rory up top for the 3-in-1 variant of the Royal Octopus hold, and he's grabbing a hold of those digits.
Working the finger joints. This hurts everything and makes it very difficult to reach the ropes. Very hard to escape. Hallowicked powering his way out of this.
Well, Hallowicked's very familiar with that exact hold. Oh, he almost had him there.
Look for the lariat.
He just
No.
swung too high. It was just too high. Rory's got him all hooked up. I think he wanted that Tamagazi tile. Tiger suplex from Hallowicked.
Oh.
What tremendous counter wrestling.
Bryce showing us just how close that was.
Saw how Rory spun over there, had a move sometimes commonly called unprettier, but invented by Tommy Rogers. The late, great Tommy Rogers of the Fantastics pioneered the Tamakaze. But that does open you up to be double overhooked. And Hallowicked saw that backdoor and used a tiger suplex on Rory Gulak. That tells me something about where Hallowicked's at. In his 15 years, I don't think I've ever seen him execute a tiger suplex once, but he's getting desperate. Rory may have his number today at tooth and claw.
Oh, and that kick to the side of the head. He's got him set up.
Hallowicked thinking about spiral bomb in the dead center of the ring. He's got him all covered up in a double leg. Nelson's good for 2. Only 2, says our senior official.
Rory somehow finding it in him to kick out of that. And you can see the frustration in Hallowicked.
A great spiral bomb, shades of Shinjiro Otani. But it was not enough to hold down Rory Gulak today at tooth and claw. What does Hallowicked have to do if he wants to pick up that all-elusive third point this afternoon?
Hallowicked knows he's close. He can taste that third point. He just has to put him away, but he doesn't know how to do it yet. Into the corner now.
This one could be one simple move away from being over. Both guys have been out there putting a lot on stage. How much can either have left? Rory answers the charge with a forearm. He's up there on the middle strand, but he's having a tough time getting his balance. Hallowicked's got him for that super snap mare. No, Rory caught him. Rory's got the dragon sleeper. They're rolling around. Hallowicked's got to get behind him if he wants to come out of it. Rory got it again.
He's getting locked in.
He's tapped out.
It's over.
Rory Gulak's got him. Rory for the win.
Here is your winner, the amazing Rory Gulak!
Well, a match characterized by some simply top-flight counter wrestling.